my friends. How are you today? Aaron here bringing you some honest astrology. It's been a hot minute. Happy New Year. Happy new moon to you. Happy Saturday to you wherever you're at in the world. It's good to be alive. So, we have a new moon in Aquarius today at 1 degrees, 32 space minutes in the sign of Aquarius. Directly across from Black Moon Lilith here at 1 degrees, 29 space minutes in the sign of Leo. Now, we have a lot of Aquarius energy here. The moon, the sun, Venus, and of course, Big Papa Bear Saturn has been there since, 2019? So we've got a lot of Aquarian energy opposing the Leo energy here. Black Moon Lilith. Now, let's talk about the relationship between Leo and Aquarius. And what is Black Moon Lilith? Black Moon Lilith gets the same kind of story as the religious stuff, but we try to keep astrology and religious ideology separate. But they're very intertwined and very tied in together. We can skip this feminine masculine archetype or aspects of Lilith right now and just focus on what Lilith is. And it's a rebellious, non-conforming, barbaric, self-centered energy. There's more adjectives that are just like they're not quite there. It's very much about self, pursuing self needs. I'm going to take what's I want because I want it. It's yours. I don't care. It's mine now. Do something about it. Let's go there. Let's go there. This is what Lilith energy is. And in the woke spiritual community, and with the conjunction of the religious ideologies, we have this untamed femininity, which is beautiful. I'm all about feminism. I'm all about empowerment of femininity, but we have to look at the barbaric aspect of what this energy is, okay, especially in astrology, and get rid of the ideology that goes along with it. So we have a barbaric energy that's egocentric, saying me, my, I, me first, in the sign of Leo, which is the heart of the sun, and a me, my, I, ego energy, okay? Now, ego, everyone has an ego. It's whether we have a healthy relationship with our ego or an unhealthy relationship with our ego. Everyone has an ego. This is how we dress, how we talk, what the music we listen to, what colors we prefer, okay? It's all natural and good and positive to have an ego. But when we don't recognize our own awareness of our ego's needs, and when is my ego saying I want something versus the brain or the spirit saying I need something, our ego can really crave things and get us into a lot of trouble. And because it's me, I. And we're dealing with barbaric energy. Okay, what is that saying? It's like this is the individual that's on the road, it's like here in America, we have 3 lanes on an expressway. Simplistically, your right lane gets you off, your middle lane's cruise, and your left lane is the passing lane. No, who drives like that? No. So now we have people in the right lane passing people trying to get off, not using turn signals, and risking the entire community on driving on that road because of their own selfish endeavors, because they just don't care about other people, okay? Well, that's in a sense, in essence and essentially what this energy is showing us right now. There's a new moon, and this is in the sign of a community-driven sign of knowledge in Aquarius, okay? And this is the heart of the sun. The sun, without the sun, everything on this planet wouldn't exist. However, with the sun beaming down all the time, without the balance of night, without the balance of weather from Jupiter or the winds and the moon, you know what I mean? The clouds coming in and all of this, the sun would just destroy the crops and burn everything alive. So we have to have balance, okay? This is the zodiac. This is the balance. So we can't just have this ego blaring all the time. We have to what? We have to think about the community. Community-driven Aquarius. Now, this new moon is quite indicative and insightful, not just here on this month, but on the future of what's coming ahead. We're in the age of Aquarius, and we're exiting the age of Pisces, right? The precession moves backwards. So we're entering the age of Aquarius. And if you look at our chart here, we split it this way. And of course, this is upside down. So this is north, this is south, this is east, and this is west. We have no planets over here. South Node doesn't count. Lilith doesn't count. These are spots. They're not a moving planet. So Mars retrograde is over. Mercury retrograde is over. We have a lot of forward moving energy, but everything is really over here on the eastern side of the zodiac, which means what? This is my relationship with myself, what I value. This is what I think, and the tools that I'm bringing for what I believe and for what I know. Okay? Who am I? Where am I going? What do I value? What do I think about these things? What do I believe? What do I know? And what tools am I using? What am I doing with? What am I bringing? What, am I creating? What am I doing with all of these things that I have? And that's up to you. There's no right or wrong way. But when we're looking at the energy of Aquarius, we're talking about a director. When you look at the energy of Leo, you're talking about the star of the show. The lights are on me. The camera's on me. Yeah, it's all about me. So we have a lot of Leo ego energy collectively going on right now, where everybody just wants to be the star of the show. The Aquarian energy, once again, is stating that it takes many pieces to create this puzzle. It's not just one piece. You are the missing piece. We're all the missing pieces. You are super unique, just like everybody else. It's like, that's not taking away from you, but it's adding to you. And your uniqueness, and your uniqueness, and your uniqueness, and we all get together, and then we create something phenomenal. And we can create something that's greater than oneself, which is part of the beauty. And in order to do this, let me tell you, this is leadership. Aquarian energy is leadership. And if you want to be a leader, you're going to be alone. You might not want to hear that. If you're going to be a leader, you're going to be alone. You're going to spend a lot of time alone. You're going to spend a lot of time drifting from the crowd. The leader has to lead the crowd. If you're with the crowd and there's people all around you, well, you're in the crowd. Who's leading it then? This is the leader energy here. So that means that we have to separate ourselves in a certain sense. And again, if we're the conductor of the orchestra, we turn our back to the crowd. We don't get the glory and the satisfaction and all that praise and the looks on the faces until the very end, and then we bow and say thank you. So we spend a lot of time alone. And that's okay, because we're reevaluating who we are and where we're going, what we value, what we think. Because where we've come from, this age of Pisces, and the history of the world is not the technological era that we're in now. We didn't have this 100 years ago. We didn't have this technology. It's a whole new universe. It's a whole new dawn for humanity. And the possibilities are seemingly endless. So we also have here Jupiter is out of Pisces and fully into Aries for the majority of the year. It's gonna hit Taurus later on, but it's gonna be moving through Aries right now, which Aries is about ourself, and we have Chiron here as well. So this is talking about healing. Jupiter is about abundance and expansion. So where Chiron says we need to bring focus into heal aspects of ourself, Jupiter says let's explore and expand aspects of ourselves, the many aspects of our relationships with ourselves. Something we talked about in I believe the last video that I put out here. It's been a while. But the relationship with my mind, the relationship with my food, the relationship, how I talk to myself, the relationship with how I discipline myself, my relationship with how I nurture myself, my relationship with how I give to myself, my relationship with what I consume, my relationship with my diet, my relationship with my sexuality, my relationship with my physique. We have a lot of different relationships with ourselves, and this is something that's also going to be highlighted throughout 2023. As exploring these relationships with ourselves, exploring the community. And, it's like we all have an idea, and it's right. We're all right. And the human experience, the human condition is one of the only ones where we truly need to collectively agree on what reality is. Well, there's reality, the reality that's out there, but then our view and our belief on that. So what do we mean by this? Well, there's a tree, that's an apple tree. Well, if I was raised my whole life saying that that apple tree is an orange tree, well, when our realities intersect, your reality says that apple tree is an apple tree. My reality says that that tree is an orange tree. We're both right. This is my reality and that's your reality. We're both right. So now here in this human condition, this is something we're trying to figure out. And we have to collectively agree on this stuff, different from animals. So here we are, and we say, well, in my experience, red means go. And green means stop. My experience, Leo energy, me, I, Aries, Leo. Green means stop, red means go. Well, maybe my whole community of people, maybe the state I live or whatever, everybody in this state drives this way and works this way. And we all collectively agree that green means stop and red means go. Once I leave this space, or once somebody else enters this space of where we're now mingling together, and if we don't agree on these laws, we're going to get into a lot of accidents. It's going to happen. So that means we're a very unique species that we have to agree on what reality is in order to play properly on the field, you know? So there's a lot of self-exploration, if you will, that's going up this year. There's a lot of new technology that's coming up this year. There's a lot of beliefs and possibilities. We still have Pisces here, and the end of it's going to be there till 2025, 2026. So it's at 23 degrees right now. I just said a 2023 in there. I don't know if you caught that. I said 23 degrees of Pisces. So it's like this expansion and overall, like, how good can the world be? We can't just define it and say this single moment sucks, and that's the rest of my life. We have expansion and possibility in belief. Like, we truly don't know where we're going. We know that we're expanding. We know that we're headed down this place of technology. We know that we're going in where we've seen humanity now. We have to be honest with ourselves and looking. And part of this is, you know, astrologically speaking, it's a reflection. Not only we're going to the age of Aquarius, which is the oddball sign of the zodiac, and it's kind of different and uses technology integrating with humanity. So we see this with the chips that are going in our hands. We see this with the transgender community, specifically with the Cancer Capricorn axis, with Pluto being in there, right? We've seen a lot more since 2008, since Pluto has entered Capricorn, 2008, which deals with the identity of our bodies, our physical bodies. And as that's going through the past 16 years and entering Aquarius, it's going to magnify this. It's going to continue its transformation. So we see people, you know, with like the tongue cut or like implants, lizard people. We've seen a lot of different technological implantations or transformations in human beings. I'm not here stating that this is good or bad or anything. I'm just stating that this is happening and is going to continue to happen. Like, we don't know where we're headed as far as humanity goes. This is the first time we're seeing this. So, I mean, it's like to not be too angry about anything right now. And at the same time, the whole world is angry about literally everything. And it's just like we're all going through these immense amounts of changes. We're all transitioning from an era that there's books written about. They've had 2,000 years to write these books of the age of Pisces. We had 2,000 years to work through that time. Even more so, let's go back to Judaism, you know, the age of Aries. We've had 4,000 years to write this literature and to learn life in that place. But now, here we are. This is a whole new book. This is a whole new chapter, and we're birthing it together. So not only do we have this new moon right now, which is very community-based, with Saturn in there helping make the laws, Venus in there is saying, let's fall in love with this weird, different kind of stuff, and opposing this egotistical, rebellious, I need me, my for I, and everybody look at me. It's just like, you know, it's like Red Rover here for a second. You know, it's like if you look at this, it's like this is Red Rover, and then over here, this is the whole community holding arms. Okay, now which one is going to be more impactful? You got a whole group of people here linking arms, community, that's togetherness. And you get this one little person that's just like, I'm going to just get boink, you know, and then just fall over. It's like this one little ego thing doesn't stand the chance for the strength that the community offers. So when we start working with people, and we're going to be, when we start to work with people again, we're going to be a little bit, the water's going to round the hard edges of the earth, meaning we're going to learn, oh, you guys stop at red lights, not green lights. Okay, maybe that's different from where I come from, but that's cool. That's how you do it over here. The great thing about being a human being, is we continuously learn. We continuously grow. There's no point in time, unless we're too stubborn, that we stop learning, that we stop growing, we stop expanding. And there's a lot of learning to do right now in this new age. There's a lot of learning and a lot of growth to do, and a lot of fun self-exploration. So this new moon, get together with your community, get together, share some ideas. Who am I? What do I value? What do I think? What do I believe? What do I know? And what tools am I going to bring with me to help define those answers? My friends, happy new mooning. I love you. I wish you enough. We'll see you next time.